everyone, it's Chelsea, and today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Newbie tag, which was created by Brenda C. I have right here with me all of the questions, and I'm going to be answering them. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And for me, that's because I've been reading since I was very, very little, and honestly, I've just been watching a lot of booktubers a lot, and I've been in quite the reading slump, and they've made me really want to start reading again. And I thought that this would be a great way to get back into that, have great discussions about the books I read, and also just kind of hold myself accountable for it, because I feel a lot more motivated to get more reading done when I have a reason to be reading. But it's not like a school reason, so it's still books that I enjoy and would pick up on my own. So it's actually turning out really great so far. I'm about a quarter of the way through Miss Peregrine's, and I'm slowly getting through most of the other books that I'm reading right now, which currently I'm reading a poem anthology for a class I'm taking next semester, the first book in the Game of Thrones series, well, A Song of Ice and Fire series, and then I'm reading Fun Home by Alison Bechdel, which I'm sort of trying to get through a chapter of it per day. So there's that. And then the second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? And I think that that's just another fresh view, because everyone has different opinions, different backgrounds, and different ideas about different books. And even if somebody else has looked at a book before, talked about it, I'm obviously going to have different opinions from anyone else. Number 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? And that is meeting everyone in the BookTube community, getting to know other people who are just as passionate about books, and then also hauls. I am so beyond excited for hauls. You have no idea. I love people being able to see the books that I get, and most of my friends and family aren't that excited about it for some reason when I come home and want to show them all the books I've gotten. So it'll be great to share all the books that I get with people who care and want to see them. Number 4, why do you love reading? For me, it's both because it's an escape. I can just, sit in my room and read and just not have to deal with everything that's going on around me, which makes it sound really depressing, like, because, it's not like I don't want to be part of the world around me, because I do most of the time, but sometimes when things just aren't going that great, it's nice to sit down and just get away from it. And then aside from that, it's also like finding books that like I can relate to and apply to what's going on in my life. And so that's been different types of books at different times of my life, but I've always been able to find something to relate to in most of the books that I read. And that's also not to say that that's specifically what I look for, because right now I'm reading Miss Peregrine's, and I definitely, that I know of, don't have a grandfather who escaped World War II and lived on a island full of creepy children. Okay, I don't even know if that's like quite I'm only on like page 105, so if that's not even what this ends up being about, I'm sorry. But for the gist of it, like, not everything is something that I relate to, but there's always going to be parts of a book that anyone can relate to. So that's also a huge reason. And then number 5 is, what book or book series got you into reading? And for me, I can emphatically state that that is definitely Harry Potter. I am obsessed. I have been since I was 4 years old, reading Sorcerer's Stone, and it's just always been a big part of my life, and it's the whole reason that I started reading bigger books. I read a lot of classics as a child. Aside from Harry Potter, a couple books I read over and over. I can remember the first few Nancy Drew books, Charlotte's Web, Secret Garden, Little Princess. Those were all gateways for me into bigger and better books, and I think the first few series that got me into YA specifically were probably Twilight, unfortunately. I actually think that they have some merit, but I'm not even going to get into that right now. So, I mean, Twilight, Hunger Games, Mortal Instruments, those all really got me into YA fiction, though. And then, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? This is a tough one because I actually could not tell you who my favorite booktuber is. I think my first that I ever saw and knew that he was a booktuber was Jesse the Reader. Love him. I also love Reagan from Peruse Project, Molly Likovich. There's so many. Most of them, though, I know I would ask about editing, first of all, which Brenda, in the original BookTube Newbie Tag video, said the same thing. I don't know how to edit at all. And right now, I also apologize for the quality of this video because I was recording on my Mac, but my MacBook is just being evil for some. I don't understand technology at all in general, which is funny because I work in an IT department. But my MacBook's acting up, so I'm recording this on my Windows laptop, which is a couple years old, and so the webcam quality is not as great as the Mac's, and I also don't even know yet how I'm going to be editing this because I only know how to use iMovie so far, and I have very limited know-how in that. So that's going to be interesting, and that is definitely something I would ask them about. Other than that, though, I would definitely ask them about some of their favorite series, and if they've had the chance to meet any of their favorite authors, like any stories on like that kind of an experience would be awesome to hear. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And that is, again, like I said, I've been in a reading slump. It's mostly just been not having enough time to read, so that's going to be something to definitely have to overcome, especially as school starts back up next January. It's going to be really interesting to see how that works out. But I'm excited to try and keep up. So it should be my greatest moment and my weakest moment is trying to get all the reading in. So hopefully that goes well. Anyways, like I said, I apologize again for the quality of the video. Hopefully I'll get my MacBook fixed soon and back to a better camera. So thank you for watching, and I would really appreciate any comments, likes, subscribes, anything you want to do. Also, thank you to everyone who's commented. There's been a warm welcome already to the BookTube community for me, and I've really enjoyed that. And so, to anyone who's subscribed already, commented, anything like that, just even watched my last video, thank you, and I hope you guys stick around.